What is going on, everybody? It's the Frost, and we're back again for a Smackdown Live review for August 7th, 2018. Smackdown just went off the air, and might as well just start from the top, the end of the show, with the main event, which was a pretty damn good match between the New Day and the Bar, with the winners going on to face the Bludgeon Brothers at SummerSlam. These guys won. I swear it felt like they won at least half an hour. This match was. I'm looking at the clock at like 10:45. This match has been going on, I swear, for like 15 minutes, and I'm like, there's no way this match is going on for another 10 minutes or so, like 20 minutes or so. I'm like, there's no way. This match is just like it was like a long. It felt like it was a long match right then, like at that point. But I'm like, there's no way this match is going another 10-15 minutes. So on the whole, this thing went up until like 9:59. This match was. It was a decently good. It was a good match. But the ending I do not agree with. WWE, I know it's Vince McMahon, I think it is, but WWE, somewhere in WWE, love the New Day, and they treat the New Day like they do Alexa Bliss, Roman Reigns, and Charlotte. Opportunity after opportunity after opportunity after opportunity for these three guys, killing any momentum anyone else in this company for tag teams can build. They had a chance, and they had the Usos. What happened to the Usos? They've been cut down in their prime as a team, and they're not what they were last year. You have Sanity, who became sacrificial lambs to put the New Day in the SummerSlam show. WWE cannot see themselves having SummerSlam without the New Day in a prominent match. I believe the Bar, who are a decent, really great tag team, and with the talk about, which it hasn't been talked about in a while, and I'm just going to say it again, the fact that in January or February this year, there was talk that Sheamus was having a minor case of spinal stenosis, and sometimes when you see him wrestle, you can see that his spine, his back area, the spine area on his back is actually bothering him. It doesn't seem to be doing that much now, but it's like it feels like his career could be coming to an end if it gets any worse. But so giving these guys an opportunity for the tag team titles at SummerSlam would have been great, because it would have gave us something different. We've already seen the New Day and the Bludgeon Brothers. This doesn't, like, there is no way you are going to sell me that the Bludgeon Brothers are going to lose to the New Day. It's just not going to happen. I don't buy it. I'm not going to buy it. Period. There's just no ways around it. So it was a pretty damn good match for those two teams. These guys do have great chemistry together. They did talk about how these two teams have been rivals since the New Day were the tag team champions back when they were having their historic 407-day reign, in which the New Day, the Bar, not the New Day, but the Bar beat the New Day to take their to snap their long record of 400 and some days. WWE has some kind of fascination with breaking records at 400 and some plus days. It's just what it is. So I have no problem with the match. I have a problem with the finish. The finish just did not make any sense to me. How many times are you going to book the New Day over and over and over again before people get tired of it? I haven't been over the New Day for at least 2-3 years. I have not cared about the New Day as much as others. Yes, I was interested in their feud with the Usos. They had the best Hell in a Cell match we've seen in a long while. They were the only match in 2016 as well, if I'm correct, that even warranted a Hell in a Cell match. So that I had no problem with. It's just the New Day are overused, overexposed, overdone. It's time to give other teams a shot. Sanity is the new team on the planet. I would love to see a Bludgeon Brothers and Sanity with Killian Dane going up against those two guys. It's a heel versus heel match, but you can quite easily have Sanity be the baby faces for that matchup. I would have rather had that than a repeat of the New Day in another match that they do not need to be in. That's my thoughts on the main event. Well, there was rumors going around that they might have Carmella versus Asuka this week, in which Carmella, if Asuka wins, she would be added to the triple threat match at SummerSlam. It would become a fatal 4-way. That did not happen tonight. It must have been a advertisement for a dark match because it did not happen on TV. I am surprised they haven't had, Asuka hasn't been seen since Money in the Bank, so it's either she's really embarrassed that she couldn't get over the dumb babyface syndrome, or something else when it comes to Asuka. We also had R-Truth, which I'll get into him later, but R-Truth, if you don't know, I've known and I've been a fan of R-Truth and Ron Killings since he was in Impact Wrestling TNA back in the early mid-2000s. Back when he was competing for NWA World Heavyweight Championships and was part of the 3 Live Crew, the 4 Live Crew, which was stupid that they did that, but whatever. He actually was a serious competitor in Impact Wrestling TNA for the majority of his time there. Here, he's only been in one serious feud, and that was with John Cena / The Rock, and that was just for him and Miz to go out there and get job to The Rock and John Cena. Other than that, since I believe it was when they were in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, I believe it was, he came out and said Green Bay, Wisconsin. WWE has booked him to be a buffoon, an absolute buffoon. He interrupts Shinsuke Nakamura, and you'll hear it later, and he wanted to challenge Nakamura to a match at SummerSlam for the United States Championship, and he said, I'm going to do it like everyone else. I'm going to pin Carmella. Really? This guy's a former NWA heavyweight champion, I believe he won the NWA tag team titles before. I know the NWA title is a dead title compared to what it used to be, but this guy was a serious player in Impact Wrestling for at least 3-4 years. Stop treating this guy like he's a buffoon. Ron Killings is a lot smarter wrestler, and he's not going to be World Heavyweight Championship material. But let this guy be Ron the Truth Killings. Scrap this R-Truth bullshit. Let this guy wrestle like I know he can, and this guy I know he's older and up there and everything, but this guy could still probably put on good matches and out-wrestle half of the card that he could out-wrestle a Mojo Rawley and Mike Kanellis and all those on a good day. But WWE has him be the guy who, during the Royal Rumble, came out, I believe it was the Royal Rumble, came out, pulled a ladder out, and tried to climbed it to try and get something that wasn't there. Knock that shit off. It's not funny. It was maybe funny the first 2 times, but after that, it hasn't been funny. He took on Shinsuke Nakamura in a match, which he got a lot of offense in that match. He got a lot of offense in. It looked really good. It was like, this is the Ron Killings R-Truth that I know when he can actually wrestle. He can actually go out there and have a decent match. But of course, in the end, Shinsuke Nakamura is not going to lose going into SummerSlam, unless it's a tag team match in which they want to give a little bit of momentum to Jeff Hardy. Lana and Zelina Vega also had a rematch from last week. Aiden English, before the match, in the back, apologized to Rusev and Lana. And of course, Aiden English in the end would cost Lana as per usual, because this isn't just have him come out there and get beat down by Rusev. They're slowly ending the Rusev Day gimmick for him and Aiden English and Rusev, which is a damn shame. Let's see what else we had. Randy Orton had to open the show with a promo. We'll get to that in a second. He started off with a good promo, and then he pretty much repeated what he said 2-3 weeks ago. Charlotte and Becky Lynch faced off against the Iconics, which Carmella was on commentary. Can I not listen to her? The only thing I have to agree with her is, like, every time Tom Phillips or Byron Saxton would say something about her match at SummerSlam, she would sit there like, I know how it works, which is great for someone to say, because I am getting sick and tired of the WWE announcers sitting there over and over and over again telling us the stipulation of a match. It gets kind of nauseating. It does. It gets very, very nauseating. But other than that, she was just trash. She just wants to sit there and like, I beat Carmella twice. I beat Charlotte twice. Over and over and over again, as we always get. They are teasing tension between Becky Lynch and Carmella and Charlotte because, yes, they're both best friends. They are part of the 4 Horsewomen of WWE. And before the match, and it was funny because Becky Lynch did take a shot at the other two Four Horsewomen of Bayley and Sasha Banks, the Boss and Her Connection, as they are known now, which I got a little laugh about that. And the big talking point of the show, of course, the big promoter part of the show was AJ Styles' response to Samoa Joe and the fact that he made it personal last week. I hope in the hype package, because they've already done it before and it would be funny, is if we got some Global Wrestling GWN footage from these two to hype up this match going into SummerSlam. I think it would benefit this, because there are a lot of people who watch WWE who aren't familiar with the matches that these two have had, and I think it would be very beneficial to have in the hype package for this match at SummerSlam some GWN Global Wrestling Network footage for them, because these guys, and if I could try and get some from the Honor Club, because I'm pretty sure these two have wrestled in Ring of Honor too, but these guys have had a personal rivalry with each other since at least, I believe, 2005, 2006. So it would definitely be beneficial, in my opinion, for the hype package to see, if not video, pictures from like Sacrifice in 2007, which they did, Global Wrestling Network did, and Impact Wrestling did put up on their YouTube page, that entire match. So if you want to see what hopefully we can see a taste of, go check that match out. But AJ Styles did put on, did talk, and sounded very sincere, and it was a damn good promo from AJ Styles. Let's see what else we missed here. Miz did make it official. He did make it official that he will face off against, and this is before Smackdown, so I'm going to play it right now. The Miz accepted Daniel Bryan's SummerSlam challenge to go 1-on-1.
Well, here I am back on location, preparing to give you what you said you wanted. More of The Miz on the most celebrated reality show in history, Miz and Mrs. It seems all I do is give. I give you access to my fairy tale life. I give you the greatest entertainment imaginable. And after a week of negotiations between my agents and SmackDown Live General Manager Paige, I have even decided to give something to Daniel Bryan. That is the gift of relevancy. Because, Daniel, it will be you versus me at SummerSlam.
So there it is. We got Daniel Bryan versus The Miz at SummerSlam. They did have a nice little altercation. Byron Saxton boasted about like he got an interview with The Miz. The Miz is on quote unquote location, which you can all just tell it's him backstage at they were in Orlando. So yeah, WWE in Florida for the 2 weeks in a row. Why? I don't know. But you had Byron Saxton looking like a buffoon in the ring, talking to The Miz. The Miz trying to avoid the Daniel Bryan questions over and over until Byron Saxton finally gets under his skin. And out of nowhere, Daniel Bryan just levels The Miz and beats the hell out of him. I hope they get the thing up here in a bit on YouTube. But he levels him, beats the hell out of him, security pulls him off, and then Miz smashes a glass vase over Daniel Bryan as he retreats. Oh, the Bludgeon Brothers. They actually wrestle tonight, if you want to call taking on what Corey Graves called a Roman Reigns starter kit in a Taz Jr. Plus, they called him 3SK, which I thought I heard 3SK was a British tag team or something, stable or something. I could be wrong. This was not that, if that's true. They had the team of, they didn't give them names really. It was just like the Roman Reigns starter kit because the guy had like this like the tribal tattoo on his shoulder. And Taz Jr. and whatever this other guy was, and they pretty much, it was a 3-on-2 handicap match, and they destroyed them. Just letting you see the Bludgeon Brothers wrestle for the first time since Extreme Rules, right? Yeah, Extreme Rules. Yeah, I believe Extreme Rules. And then, of course, we had the main event. The show started off with Randy Orton cutting pretty much a promo similar to what he cut when he came out and explained why he attacked Jeff Hardy. But he vows to destroy the WWE superstars, as he said last time.
I made a vow to take out, to destroy every superstar that you put up on a pedestal. I made a vow to alter
their lives, end their careers, and dismantle their precious identities that you loved so much. I will become so violent that you will want to change the channel.
That is the Randy Orton we don't just need, we want, but we need. That is the Randy Orton we want to see, who's going to go out there and want to punt people's heads off, clean off of them. That is the Randy Orton I want to hear about, not Randy Orton we had before. That is great right there.
But won't change the channel because you people still believe. You believe in superheroes. You believe in hope. As a matter of fact, right now, you hope that your superhero Jeff Hardy's going to come down to the ring and save the day, but he won't. Won't. Because I erased the enigma. Jeff Hardy is somewhere lost right now, searching for his identity that I took last week. I erased the enigma, and I will erase every superstar that you people respect, which is another reason why I'm doing what I'm doing. I don't get the respect that I deserve from you. I don't get the respect that I deserve from everyone in the back. Back up for a minute and give everybody a history lesson on Randy. When I started my career here, I was the youngest man in that locker room. I went on to become the youngest world heavyweight champion ever. I've won the world title 13 times. I have main evented WrestleMania, Royal Rumble, Money in the Bank, Survivor Series. I have won them all on multiple occasions, but you still don't respect me.
I had to contradict him on this one because Randy Orton is trying to be, and this is the challenge that Randy Orton has, because yes, the core audience does respect Randy Orton. He's trying to play a big time heel, which is the Randy Orton we want to see. But he came out at the start of the show, and all you heard was cheers. Yes, you saw when they showed the camera, you actually saw like boo, like people like putting their hand down with the boo and everything. You know how they do the thumbs down, like the shaking thumbs down. But you really didn't hear the boos for Randy Orton when he came out. It's a challenge. Like Randy Orton, I know will be the despicable heel he needs to be, but it's really hard for him because of how, like, the respect that the core audience has for him. WWE really has to bank on Randy Orton, be this heel turn to be successful for Randy Orton, that the women, the children, the casual fans, like, want to turn the TV off, like he said, because of how despicable he's being. You're always, like, this is like, Randy Orton, as a wrestler, is, I'm just going to throw this out there, Undertaker in 2002, 2001, 2002, when he turned heel, and every time The Undertaker came out, he would be cheered until he opened his mouth and started talking shit on everybody. I know The Undertaker is in a different class than Randy Orton, but it's the same thing. Randy Orton's going to come out, and majority of the time, except for in Philadelphia, New York, which we're in SummerSlam, is going to be in New York, which I'm pretty sure he's going to be out of that U.S. title match next week. He wasn't tonight, which I'm surprised, but Philadelphia, New York, Los Angeles, Chicago, those places like that, he's going to be heavily booed. Places where you're going to get more casual fans, he's going to be cheered a lot more than, well, he's going to get cheered a lot more other places than he would in like the rival places where they're going to boo him properly. This is going to be a tough battle for Randy Orton because of his tenure in WWE and the fact that a lot of fans do respect Randy Orton, the guy, and want to see him play that despicable heel. Unfortunately, it's going to end up he's going to end up being the cool heel where people are going to cheer him even though he's kicking somebody's face off. The reason they have him go up against Jeff Hardy is because of the fact that Jeff's so over. The problem with him sitting here cutting a promo is him just, like, as I've said on here before for other reasons, actions speak louder than words. Randy Orton just coming out here cutting a promo does not help Randy Orton be a heel. Jeff Hardy needed to come out. I don't know why they didn't do this. Jeff needed to come out, attack him from behind, and then again, in another way, Jeff Hardy gets his ass kicked by Randy Orton and destroyed, chairs used on him, whatever Randy has to do have his ankle in a chair, stomp on it, whatever they have to do. Randy Orton cutting a promo is not doing the same for him as the attack he had on Jeff Hardy last week.
Sometimes in life, when you're not given respect, you have to take it. Sometimes in life, you have to make choices. You've all made your choice. All of you have made your choice, and so have I. And that means that I will erase every superstar that you choose to believe in. Starting with Jeff Hardy, piece by piece by piece. But it's not my fault. You can't put this on me. This is on each and every one of you.
Now come the booze.
Now you can call me what you want. Apex Predator, Viper, you can even call me the Legend Killer, but the only thing you need to refer to me as is the three most destructive letters in sports entertainment, and that is RK.
And he drops the mic because everyone says, oh, he's trying to get that, well, he didn't finish it, so we had to thing. Like I said, Randy Orton is better as a heel, but he pretty much, after, the first half of that promo was new material, and the second half of that promo was just, we're going to take what we said a couple weeks ago, and we're just going to have you say the same exact thing, just reword it a little bit. So, yeah, Randy Orton, I would rather see, I want to see Randy Orton beat the hell out of Jeff Hardy on a weekly basis in different ways, not the same way every time. Last week it was great that he hit him with that draping DDT in the ring and onto the outside and then beat him up on the announce table and then wiped his face paint off, with his shirt up, his sleeves and his necklace. That probably would have been a little bit better symbolism if he still would have had the Jeff Hardy necklace with the symbol and just sat there mocking Jeff Hardy while he had that. That probably would have been better because it would have been symbolizing what he said already, is he erased the enigma. So a so-so promo from Randy Orton. What's going to happen next week, I don't know. I expect to see him and Jeff Hardy, Jeff Hardy and him somehow have a little bit of a confrontation. Somehow he gets added to that match, and we get a triple threat match for the U.S. title at SummerSlam. We had Becky and Charlotte versus the Iconics. Becky and Charlotte were in the back. They ran into each other to just try and apologize to each other because Becky was not happy that Charlotte was added. Charlotte was trying to apologize because she didn't mean to try and steal her thunder. She's competitive. She wants to be women's champion again. Becky's like, well, my entire chance to at redemption just got a big blonde boulder in the way, and the mountain got a little bit higher. They, make up a little bit more, and then of course Carmella, Charlotte's like, we're good for this tag team match tonight, and Becky's like, yeah, sure. We're not Bayley and Sasha Banks, and then they do a little tea thing. So it's I thought that was a little funny. They took a stab at the 4 horsewomen. Women. I can't. What's the female version of brethren? Brethren. I have no idea. Charlotte and Becky Lynch took on the Iconics, of course. Becky and Charlotte won this match. Wasn't much to it. The big thing about it was Becky was in the corner. Charlotte tagged herself in, took down, I think it was Peyton Royce or Billie Kay, and put her in the figure 8 while Becky Lynch was still sitting in the corner watching Charlotte take pretty much all the glory, as Corey Grace put it, to win this match. After the match, of course, they sat there, they hugged and everything else. They go to the back. We come back from break. They're all happy and stuff. They're happy to tag with each other. Becky's like, that was this week, and in 2 weeks from now, it's going to be a different story. Charlotte says, well, we're going to have to be great against each other. and she says tea time. They do a little tea thing again, and then they have a stare down between each other, like pretty much if the looks could kill, then those two would be dead with the stare that those two gave each other at the end of that segment. That's how that looked. We had New Day in the back being asked by Renee Young about talking about their little adventures on commentary and how social media was blowing up off of it. And then Kofi's like in a suit. He's in a blue suit and grabs a wig, puts it on, and decides to pretty much imitate and do his own rendition of Renee Young, which it was not funny. Like I said, I'm over the New Day. I don't find this stuff funny at all. They don't make me laugh or anything. Then we had AJ Styles' response to Samoa Joe's personal attack on him last week. This was a good promo, and probably one of AJ Styles' best promos of the year.
What? A lot goes on between these ropes. A lot of trash talking. A lot of manhood being tested. And usually when that happens, it gets personal. And last week, Samoa Joe made it personal when you talked about my family. So here's the thing. I want to be one of the greatest WWE superstars for my family. Now hold on, that doesn't make me special, because we all make sacrifices as parents. That's what we do. That's what I am supposed to do as a father. That's what I'm supposed to do as a real man. You see, I'm away from home for over 200 days a year. And just like you guys, I miss Little League sports. I miss them. I miss my kids playing. I miss birthdays. I celebrated 18 years with my wife on August the 5th. But here's the truth. The reality is, my wife is basically a single parent because I can't be there. That's the sacrifice.
Then they pan out to, they point to the back with Samoa Joe, who must have got like knocked out last night or something, or sometime over the last week, because he's got himself a shiner on his left eye. But they start showing Samoa Joe in the back for this portion of the response.
That we make. We're supposed to give our children everything that we didn't have. That's what we do. That's why you're here. Trust me, just like you, when your little one falls down and scrapes their knee and they're crying for their daddy or their mama, you want to be there to pick them up and wipe those tears from their face. Just like you, I want to be there. But that's what pisses me off the most, Joe. Because you know my wife. You know my kids. And long before, this was the house that AJ Styles built. We both shared cockroach-infested apartment complex and shared stale pizza together. And within a matter of minutes, you threw it all away. Over a decade of friendship, you threw it all away in a matter of seconds because you mentioned my family name. So here's the thing. I'm not going to let your hands get on this title. You know what? Screw that. At SummerSlam, Joe, you're not walking out the WWE champion. In fact, at SummerSlam, you'll be lucky to walk out at all. Period.
Just gonna let that period out. Then they plan back to the back, and Samoa Joe is just busting up laughing. There is no better rivalry in the world of professional wrestling than one that is personal. No doubt about it. You cannot tell me any time that you have seen a better rivalry than one that is completely 100% personal. Shawn Michaels Triple H was personal. Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart was extremely personal at the end. Those two rivalries were great personal. This one, I hope, will be... I'm not going to go out there and be like, oh, I'm 100% excited because we just saw what happened with Shinsuke Nakamura and AJ Styles. The match at WrestleMania should have been like the Tokyo Dome 2 for those two, but it wasn't. It fell flat. This is AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe. I would say that these two know each other way better than Shinsuke Nakamura and AJ Styles does. These guys have wrestled all over the world. They've wrestled in Impact Wrestling. I'm sure they wrestled in Ring of Honor and other indie promotions as well. These two should put on a classic, and this match should steal the show. And I would expect no less from these two outside of the WWE ring. With this being in WWE and they got to build for Roman Reigns, and this match is happening on the same night as a Roman Reigns Brock Lesnar match, I expect this match to be cut short and sacrificed to try and make Roman Reigns look as good as fucking possible, which is not going to happen. If this match between these two does not meet anybody's expectations, you can blame Vince McMahon, who just wants to get Roman over. Then, wrong one. Then we go to the back and have we have Lana doing a couple of those pull-up things with those bungee cord things. She's doing some pull-ups with the bungee cords, whatever those are called. I don't know what they're called. When her husband Rusev comes in and English follows soon after.
Last week. You're absolutely right. I should be more supportive. That's why tonight, I will be out there with you by the ring for your rematch against Zelina. Because it's a happy Lana day.
Thank you.
Hear me out. Hear me out. I just want to apologize. After that, you want to hit me? Hit me. Lana, I did not mean to buzzer your match last week. Look, I know I've had a rough couple of weeks. It's not fair to you. Not fair to you. Not fair to any of us. But you have to believe I had the best intentions of heart. Guys, I don't know who I am without you. I am here. Say,
He nods her head.
finally forgive you.
And everybody else smiles.
Wait. Forgive you. Maybe it's better for you to stay back here. Hey, bud.
Oh, we all know that wasn't going to last very long. Then of course, yes, we had the Zelina Vega versus Lana match. This was, again, I will say that Lana does seem like she is improving a little bit. It's a slow improvement, but hey, I'm going to say right now she did have a couple good suplexes in that match, but it is an improvement. Lana we see now is definitely a vast improvement over what we saw when she was fighting for Naomi's Women's Championship last year. She's still got a long way to go, but I think Lana eventually, if giving the time, the ring work on the house show circuit with the WWE, she could be not, I would say, somebody you're going to build a division around, but she would be a good piece for the women's division. Just my opinion. Zelina Vega ends up winning this match because Rusev and Johnny Cena are fighting on the outside. And Lana is trying to get up to the top rope for whatever reason. Well, and in English comes bailing out, tackles on Johnny Cena, who goes far back into Lana, knocking Lana off of the top rope. Zelina Vega with the double knees in the corner. 1, 2, 3, and there's your winner. Breaking the seeds, spreading the seeds of this team and trio breaking up, which I fully expect to happen after SummerSlam or during SummerSlam. Do I expect to see Johnny Cena and Zelina Vega versus Rusev and Lana? Yes, I expect that to be announced either during the weekend or next week. You just don't have these two groups of individuals, these four individuals continue to battle with Rusev and Andrade and Zelina Vega and Lana without them doing a mixed tag match at SummerSlam. It just would make no sense. We'll see what happens next week, but I expect this to fully happen because Lana and Zelina Vega continue to have verbal barbs on Twitter, which in my opinion is not the best form of arguing or fighting on, social media is not the best place to do it, but it is the way to set these two up for matches at SummerSlam. So we'll see what happens next week. In the back, Shinsuke Nakamura is being interviewed by Renee Young when, for whatever reason, R-Truth comes in to make a challenge for SummerSlam.
The United States Champion, Shinsuke Nakamura. Shinsuke, it is now official. At SummerSlam, he will be facing Jeff Hardy for the United States Championship.
His face.
Jeff Hardy. I think you missed that. Jeff Hardy was.
I absolutely love this dickish, heelish Nakamura. This guy should have been here, in my opinion, from the start in WWE. But, of course, in NXT, there was better heels for him to go up against than there were baby faces. But this guy, I would have loved to see what Triple H could have did with a heel Nakamura. I'm just going to throw it out there right now. The verbiage that he uses, his facial expressions as a heel, I would have loved to see him in NXT for 6 months or so as a heel, just to see what they would have done with a heel Nakamura. Him as a babyface in NXT was okay, but I think him as a heel in NXT would have been twice or 10 times as good as we see here on the main roster.
It wasn't actually erased, despite what Randy Orton had said.
I understand metaphor. I will face what's left of Jeff Hardy. Leave nothing behind.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Oh, God.
I want a match with you at SummerSlam for that.
How am I gonna do that?
Same way everyone else does. You want to pin Carmella.
What the fuck? What the hell is that? I don't get it. Why do they gotta make R-Truth? Ron Killings is a really smart dude. I don't know why they have to make this guy seem like he's a blithering idiot. I'm pretty sure, I don't know Ron, I don't know Ron personally, but I know this dude has got to be smarter than this. Why do they always, I said it earlier and I'm going to say it again, why do they got to make Ron Killings this fucking stupid? Just say I'm going to do it like others. I'm going to beat you and I'm going to, but oh my God.
That's not the way it works for us. You got to deal with, don't be ridiculous. I'm not getting in the ring with Renee.
Oh my God. What?
Don't speak Japanese. Well, I never. I can't repeat it in public. But the match with Carmella is off. I want Shinsuke tonight.
God, what the hell was that? I have no idea. I have no idea what Nakamura said. Anybody who speaks Japanese, let me know what the hell he said because I do not know. Please tell me they get the Miz interview up because that is something to listen to for sure, but it doesn't look like yet. Oh, yeah, they did. Hold on. Yeah, they did. The Miz is interviewed by Byron Saxton from quote-unquote location, also known as backstage.
Why is it that once again you're not here tonight in this ring? Is it because you're afraid of Daniel Bryan possibly...
Byron, Byron, this is why you'll never be anything more than a second-rate commentator.
I'm sorry, Miz, he's not even at that level. He's like a third or fourth rate commentator. Let's just get that straight.
Are you at all concerned what might happen if, well, you can't back up all your talk in the last 8 years?
How much do you think Daniel Bryan has crossed my mind over the past 8 years? I know he's been obsessing over me while working in his backyard garden, but me, I've been a little busy making films, building a family, I don't know, basically performing in a WWE ring somewhere he wishes he could have been, becoming the biggest superstar in WWE. I should be representing this company as WWE champion. I don't need a match with Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan needs a match with me, and I will happily embarrass Daniel Bryan at SummerSlam, finishing this once and for all. I've been carrying that subpar amateur on my back since day one, and I am done. I am done sharing the spotlight with someone who hasn't earned it. I am done listening to Daniel Bryan call me soft when I am here night after night. And for the past 2 years, he has been home crying in bed. I am so done with people like you in the WWE Universe saying that I'm hiding from Daniel Bryan. I am not hiding from anybody. And at SummerSlam, I will expose Daniel Bryan for what he is and always will be, and that is beneath me. I don't even know why I am talking to you. Why don't you go find that bearded bozo so we can hear from him? I don't know, he's probably, backstage and catering, grazing on some kale, telling someone how hard he fought for his dreams and how proud he is of his wife and how great of a wrestler he is. But the fact is, Daniel Bryan is...
Right there.
It's Daniel Bryan! Daniel Bryan...
And a base to the back. Now... I've never had a face to the back of me, but I'm pretty sure that didn't feel good. Daniel Bryan slowly gets up and starts limping the way the Miz went. I'm surprised they didn't continue that on. It was, I think, halfway through they could have, I don't know, the end of the show could have been him, the Miz walking away, and Daniel Bryan catches up to him and they brawl a little bit more. I think that would have been a pretty funny ending, but hey. Shinsuke Nakamura versus R-Truth. I can't wait to see what happens next week between Daniel Bryan and The Miz. But, yeah, not much else you can say there. The Miz came to him for a little bit, but Daniel Bryan ended up hanging in the end. Nakamura versus R-Truth, as I said earlier, R-Truth got a lot of offense in on Nakamura. He had a Hurricane Rana. He did his split-legged jump-up kick. He was all over Nakamura. He almost rolled him up also for a 2 count at one time too. But in the end, Nakamura with the reverse exploder into the Kinshasa for the 3 counts. Bludgeon Brothers versus a bunch of jobbers during the picture-in-picture because the Bludgeon Brothers were coming out and they went to picture-in-picture for a commercial. And after the Bludgeon Brothers are in the ring, they go cut to gorilla position, which we know is the gorilla position where this is happening. You have 3 bozo bombs, one that looks like a Roman Reigns knockoff, as Corey Graves would call the Roman Reigns starter kit, and 2 other guys, and they're just getting, they're hyping each other up to go and take on the Bludgeon Brothers. They showed them enter the ring with picture-in-picture, which I wish they would have cut away with picture-in-picture after the Bludgeon Brothers, because I did not need to see these guys. They didn't get any music probably. They didn't get a Titantron or anything. They just all came to the ring. And they all got massacred. They got massacred. Bludgeon Brothers won, of course, with a Doomsday Powerbomb combo off the top rope. And then we got the New Day versus the Bar. Winners faced the Bludgeon Brothers at SummerSlam. We went over this. This match was great. This match was definitely worthy of, I would say this match was worthy of a B-show pay-per-view, not a SummerSlam. I would say, yeah, if the titles were on the line, this would be a SummerSlam match as well. These 2 teams did put on a great show, showing that these 2 teams can work well together. But I would have rather seen the Bar win this match over the New Day. There was absolutely no reason to have the New Day take on the Bar. Bludgeon Brothers again. It's not believable. I'm not going to buy into it. So we're going to have to just wait and see what happens with the New Day and the Bludgeon Brothers at SummerSlam. But I don't see any reason to have these two teams go up against each other. I don't buy it. I don't buy it whatsoever. So, of course, after the New Day won, they're celebrating the ring, and they pan back to the the crowd, and you see Harper and Rowan with the masks off, but their mallets over their shoulders, watching the guys celebrate, and they just look at each other and they turn away and walk away, and that's how SmackDown goes off the air. So SmackDown, of course, beat Monday Night Raw over and over again. I would not be surprised to nobody if when Ryan Zane does his Who Wore Better that SmackDown wins again, because SmackDown has just been killing it, in my opinion, over Monday Night Raw, which has just been downright awful. Monday Night Raw is just like dragging their feet, while SmackDown Live is actually giving us variety of things. On Raw, it's Roman, throw a little Ronda Rousey in there. SmackDown, you have Styles and Samoa Joe. You have the New Day and the Bludgeon Brothers now. You have Daniel Bryan and The Miz. That's spreading the wealth. You have Carmella versus Charlotte versus Becky Lynch. I was hoping we would have got Asuka versus Carmella to make it a fatal four-way, but again, we still haven't seen Asuka since Extreme Rules, where they made her look like, again, a buffoon. We will have to wait and see what happens next week for the Go Home show, but next week is the Go Home show. We'll see what happens there. But that was your SmackDown Live review in the next show. It was a pretty decent show. SmackDown has been it's the A show for the main roster is SmackDown, and then Raw is the C show. With, I guess you're going to put 205 Live as B, which I don't watch 205 Live as much as I should, but it's just too much wrestling. You have Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. Throwing another hour, and then, of course, next week we're going to have Raw, SmackDown, NXT, Brooklyn, and then SummerSlam. So that is going to be, oh my goodness, 7 hours for SummerSlam, 10 hours on the weekend, because you're going to have probably a 3-hour takeover experience, and that's like you have, wow, 6 hours for Raw, SmackDown, NXT, and then another 10 hours. That's 16 hours in 1 week next week. Buckle up, ladies and gentlemen, because it's going to be one bumpy ride next week. But that's next week. This week, we have a double NXT review tomorrow, and then we're going to have our unscripted for this Saturday. And then, of course, Monday Night Raw, SmackDown Live, NXT, Brooklyn, and SummerSlam preview and predictions. Unscripted on Saturday, Brooklyn at night, and, of course, SummerSlam on Sunday. Until then, make sure to find me on Twitter at TheFrance. Hit that follow button over there. Hit that, go to twitch.tv/TheFrance08. Hit that follow button over there. Hit that subscribe button. Comment down below. Like this video. Dislike it if you don't like it. Let me know what you thought of SmackDown Live. Was it a good show? To me, it was good, but not great. And I will see you guys tomorrow for a double NXT review. What will WWE do about the Aleister Black injury? I do not know. If it is as bad as it sounds like it's going to be, they might have to do they might have to scrap the Johnny Gargano and Aleister Black match, because that's supposed to lead to William Regal making the match a triple threat match at Brooklyn. And if Aleister Black is out, they'll have to work some magic, but we'll have to wait and see. Until then, my name is France, and I am out of here.